Shalom, shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and holy praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. I want to give a shalom to all the brothers that are out on the front lines battling on the highways and byways, teaching these people this word, waking them up. I want to give you a shalom. I want to give another shalom to all the brothers that might not be out there on the highways and byways, but they did, they keeping up with the times, they keeping watch, they keeping the commandments, they getting their households in order. And I want to give a shalom to the sisters also in Yasha that they respecting their husband, they submitting to their husbands, they raising the children in righteousness. And another shalom to the brothers and sisters that might not be married, but you just out there, still keeping the commandments and still following the ways of Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. This breakdown right here is going to it's not gonna be too long of a breakdown. But we see how the spirit goes. And it's officially Christmas. It's officially Christmas right now. A lot of our people are keeping Christmas. They still caught up into the world, so they following the ways of the world, and they keeping Christmas. This is not a breakdown on cutting Christmas. Lots of brothers is already doing that, but this is since it's Christmas, I have to bring out a precept and cut it real quick. So I'm back to share my screen real quick, and we go get the we go share the audio as well. Application window. No, your entire screen. So we gonna go here to and this is Jeremiah chapter 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest. And like this precept started off saying, the customs of the people is vain. Christmas is vain. The Lord never told nobody to celebrate Christmas. The Lord was not born on December 25th. He was born in the springtime. There's scripture, there's precepts to prove that. So and this is going over Christmas. It's to let you know that it's vain. I'm gonna start at the beginning. For the customs of the people are vain, but one cutteth a tree out of the forest. So people, that's a big part of Christmas. Lots of people like to go to the forest and pick out the best tree to pick in their home. That's a tradition. They got TV shows on it, movies, always picking the perfect so-called Christmas tree. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. I mean, he's gonna cut it down. They deck it with silver and with gold. Now, back in the day, they used to deck it with silver and gold, decorating the tree. They still do that now with the golden ornaments and all the things that they put on the tree. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. So of course they gonna nail it to the ground so it don't move. And here in modern times they have the here in modern times they have the here in modern times they have the stand to put down to make sure the tree don't go nowhere. But that's a cut on Christmas. If you supposed to be following, if you believe in God and not the God of this world, the God of this world is Satan. But if you believe in, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then you don't supposed to be following Christmas. That's a clear cut on Christmas right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the matter of this breakdown, though, it's going to the end. Okay, so and this breakdown, this is again, this is not gonna be a long breakdown, but let me get it real quick in the Bible, and you could go to this too as well. I'm going to the book of Proverbs. Give me a minute. I'm going to the book of Proverbs. Let me find it. Okay. I'm going to the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6. And it reads, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise." So this precept is 9 times out of 10, it's always brought out to correct a brother that might be kind of lazy in his truth. He might, sluggard is another word for being lazy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're kind of lazy, you kind of not reading as much as you should. The only time you really fast is during the Day of Atonement, or maybe when brothers is coming together to do a group fast, you might fast with them, but you're not really fasting on your own or praying on your own. You're kind of lacking in praying and stuff. So this precept, brothers mostly go to that, but if you actually get into an ant, it actually, goes way deeper than just somebody being lazy. Like I hear most people, like when you look at an ant, first of all, you're not gonna ever see an ant on break or on vacation. Ants don't go on vacation. Ants are working 24/7. They always doing stuff. You ain't never seen the ant just sitting there taking it in, like, taking in a breath, and he just kind of there chilling. You don't really see that. Ants always are doing something. They always on the move. And I was watching some ant videos, and it kind of got me thinking about this precept, more in depth. Because again, people think like, again, that's it to that precept. Again, like if you're a lazy person watching ant, and watch how it got the ant basically got ADHD. It's always on the move, it's always running. And that does go into that, but it goes way deeper into that as well. Okay, and I'm gonna bring up some videos. Now we might not watch all these videos, but it's kind of some videos that I put together that we could watch. And I'm gonna bring some precepts and see how they linking. It's kind of linking how we very similar to the ant. And when I say us, I mean Yasha Allah, meaning our behavior and the ways we should be, how we should be acting and should be getting to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna share my screen again, and I'm gonna go to a couple of these videos that I already had uploaded that we're going to watch together. I'm gonna share my audio, and I hope the TV not too loud, so when people hear this, you can actually hear me, not the ants. So this is a quick video. It's on YouTube, and it's called it says "Fire Ants Make Living Round." Okay, so ants are, for the people that don't know, we go get into that later into the video. Ants are known for being master builders. They known for building all kinds of things. And a lot of brothers that, and sisters, if you have the ear to hear, us being this truth, we supposed to be builders. We supposed to be building in this truth, and I'm gonna bring out the precepts to prove that a little later. But we gonna go ahead and hit this video. It's only 1 minute and 53 seconds.
Our unlikely heroines are fire ants, a colony several 100,000 strong. rapacious, tenacious.
And if you get into ants, ants are one of the most successful like species on Earth. I mean, they're everywhere. The only place you cannot really find ants is in Antarctica, and that's by personal choice. They don't want to live over there in the blizzards, the ice, the snow. But every other place on Earth, ants basically took over. You know, and That's also you gotta look at that as us being Yasha Allah. Let me get a couple of precepts real quick, cause and I'm gonna get back to the video. But I'm gonna get back. I gotta get back to that. Let me get this real quick. I'm gonna go back to the video because ants are very deep. But let me get this real quick. So this is Job, the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 25. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. So, and that's talking about Yasha Allah. That's talking about the children of Israel. So we gonna have so many offspring, so many seeds. It's gonna be like the grass on earth. Now I don't know if anybody last time, but grass is everywhere. Like it's lots of grass everywhere. That's letting you know how deep we're going to be. You know what I'm saying? So ants is kind of already to that point. If you also, I'm not gonna get into too much into it. You can kind of do some research on your own. But ants are one, like I said, are one of the most successful species on Earth. They literally cover everywhere, and they're taking over places now. You got people trying to stop them from for gaining more territory and stuff because um that's just how easy it is for them to really take over. Because ants are always on one accord, and we go get more into that as the video go on. They're always on the same page. There's not there's no such thing as a selfish ant. I never seen it. Like ants are never selfish. Ants are not prideful. You don't have an ant that think he's better than the other ant. And that's why I said when you read that precept in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6, it's more than addressing the sluggard. It's addressing all of Yasha Allah. When I say Yasha Allah, I mean Israel. So I mean it's addressing us all because you could actually look at the ant. Remember, the Lord told us to look at nature, study nature. You had many prophets that used to study in nature. Many of them. So you could look at the ant and you could kind of learn lots of things. That's how we gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So when it said ants are over 5 ants or over 7,000, that's just one little ant. That's just one little ant hill. So imagine that's like in the kingdom of heaven. That's just one brother, offspring, one brother. You got all the elect in the kingdom, but that's just one brother. And he has so many offspring that's like the grass of. So that's it's gonna be a beautiful thing in the kingdom of heaven. But I want to get some more on that. Going into how we gonna have just all them numbers like that. This is Genesis chapter 22, verse 17. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven. So there's lots of stars out there. People know that. And as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. So verse 18, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thy seed obeyed my voice. And but the point we're getting into is verse 17. Our seed is gonna be like the stars of heaven, and even as the sand of the sea. Yeah, you go out there and try to count the sand on the beach if you want to. It's impossible. You can't do it. The only person that can count the seed is the Most High. That's just another thought, something you to and meditate on that. Understand that the Most High is the only person that knows how many. He could count the hairs on my head right now. My hair is pretty thick. He know how many hairs I got on my head. There's just more reasons why you gotta give glory and honor to the Most High. But going back to the point, that's how our seeds is on going to be on earth. And ants are pretty much there. And I believe it's in one of these videos that I got pulled up, but ants are so successful that's actually there's fungus that attacks ants. And when you find out why they ant, this fungus only attacks the most successful species on earth. And as the scientists was breaking it down or whatever, there was like it's basically seen that it's put in place so one species can't get too dominant over the other. So they look at it like that, scientifically, but clearly the Most High basically put a barrier there to keep the ants in check. So the only thing that's basically keeping ants from even spreading even more is the Most High got this fungus. And like I said, I believe it's in one of these videos, but it only attacks the most successful species on Earth. Ants are one of the most successful, particularly the army ants. Army ants are one of the most, well-known ants and most successful ants on the planet Earth. And I think I have the video. If I don't, maybe I could pull it up. If I don't pull it up, you can find that on your own. I mean, you got to study in this thing as well. It's supposed to be a quick little video, just give you more insight on the ant. So I'm gonna let the video play more. Let's get back to the video.
Industrious. They are impossible to eradicate as long as their queen is alive. But their colony faces just such a threat. The river.
And I want to stop it right there. Like he said these ants are impossible to eradicate as long as their queen is alive. You know what I'm saying? So as long as that queen is alive, these ants always go have hope. They always go come back. So you got to look at that like us. As long as we have the Most High and Yahweh Shah, look, they've been trying to eradicate us for years, ever since we got here. But the only thing that's got us still pushing and still living to this very day is the sure mercies of Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. That's it. If it wasn't for the Most High, we all be dead. So that's another something else that you could kind of look, and it's similar to us. Again, I'm gonna let the video play.
Beside it is flooding. The deluge rushes in. What else to do then but swim? The colony floats out as a living raft. The most precious members of the colony, the larvae and the queen ant, are kept safely dry in the middle.
So these ants actually have a plan. As you can see, they're thinking. The most precious people of the colony, which is the queen, and the young ones, they're kept dry. But look at the ants on the bottom. Now you think these ants played Russian roulette or what's that game when you gotta draw, everybody gotta pick a straw and see who basically who's the last one, or maybe they flip the coin for it. No, there was ants that volunteered. Most of these ants on the bottom just volunteered. They just willingly went to the bottom of the raft and say, "Hey, use me for the better of the colony." So this is, I'm gonna let the video play, but like really, you gotta understand what's going on here.
The queen ant can give birth to some 3 million ants over her lifetime. If they can reach dry land, they stand a good chance of rebuilding. But there is danger below. The fish pick off the ants one by one. If enough ants are pulled down, the raft will collapse and the colony will be destroyed. The ants grimly hold on and reach the other side. They hoist the ant larvae up to dry ground, ensuring the survival of their colony for future generations.
And it's all in this truth is all about, you know, ensuring the next generation how they come up. Even ants know that. The future generations. So again, look, there's ants down at the bottom getting picked off by fish, and they know they can get picked off. But you don't see them, you know, fighting to get back to the top. You know what I'm saying? They really ready to die for the better Salakia of everybody else.
And with their survival secure, the fire ants revert to type, attacking every living thing in sight.
And basically, it's business as usual. You know, hey, back to business as usual. So that's just I believe I had some more videos. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is, I believe, the army ant that I was talking about earlier. We're gonna let this video play.
This may look like a ball of 1 million individuals, but make no mistake, the colony acts as one.
Now notice what he said right there. He said it might look like a bunch of individuals together, but make no mistake, the colony act as one. Now, why is that so important? Because does not the Lord say that we basically one body? Are we all not one member of the church? So I'm gonna bring some precepts proving that. And this is why I said it goes more into, I'm gonna stop sharing the camera for a little second. This is why I said it goes way more into than just being a slugger. So these ants, and you go find out why they act as one. They basically like all on one accord. Okay, let me get this real quick. Slakia, bear with me. So this is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 12. For as the body is one and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is a Mashiach. Verse 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles. And these Gentiles are Israelites that was scattered throughout all the other nations and Hellenized. Just like us today, we grew up calling ourselves African Americans. You know, you got some of us calling ourselves a color, which is black. You got some others calling themselves just Americans. You know, like, I'm just an American. But by blood, they would be an Israelite. So when they woke up, they're coming back from that Gentile way of life. Okay, and there's many videos to prove that. I'll do a breakdown on that through the Spirit, Lord willing, later. But just know these Gentiles are Israelites. Whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. So that's not one ant out there doing all them things. It's not one ant. An ant by itself is useless. Literally, an ant would die if it's by itself. Like this is a fact. If an ant was alone, stranded, it got cut off from its colony, the rest of its the ants, it would literally die. It would not make it. It is nothing without everybody else. So that's the same with us. And that's a cool nature video I just thought of. If we have time, I get to it. Hopefully through the spirit I don't forget it. But that's a cool video. I want to show a good example of that. No matter how tough you is, you can't do it by yourself. There's plenty of precepts on that alone. Let me see, can I bring some up? Let me see, can I bring some up through the spirit? Salakia, bear with me. This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So a friend is always if he a real friend, and you should know whether or not, you got real friends or not. But he gonna love it at all times through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And a brother is born for adversity. So you basically let's get into that word adversity. That's basically trials, tribulation, and all kinds of things happening. So you're gonna have a brother born for that. And you brothers could lift each other out. There's lots of brothers in this truth. Lots of them. One brother might be slacking a little bit, the other brother there for him. You know what I'm saying? There's many examples of that. Moses' brother, Aaron. There were lots of mighty brothers in this truth. You read the story of Maccabees about all them brothers and how they uplifted each other. So there was let me bring up another one real quick. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna start at this is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. Verse 11. Again, if two lie together, they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? If you by yourself, you can't warm yourself up. But you have somebody else to basically lie with, that's heat. You go from heat from that. Verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Three is just another word for perfection. You know what I'm saying? Completion. So yeah, if it's three of you, 9 times out of 10, You know what I'm saying? Is you're gonna have a hard day getting through that. Okay, but let's get back to the precept. And I'm gonna start at verse 15. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? So can the foot just be like, yeah, look, I'm not the hand, I'm not of the body? No, it's still of the body. It's still one body. It might be the foot, but you still part of the body. And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Verse 17. If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole body were hearing, where were the smelling? So this is basically saying you need each other. If the whole body was just an eye, how you go smell? How you go touch? You know what I'm saying? If the whole body was just an ear, you know what I'm saying? How you go see? Yeah, you can hear things, but you know how you go see? How you gonna move? You just sitting there hearing. So you need every part of you need every Israelite that's in the truth. And even the brothers and sisters that are not in this truth. Lord willing, you know, one day they wake up to this truth. You still need them as well. This is basically, you know, never get too prideful. Verse 18. But now have Yahweh set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it have pleased him. So the Lord set everybody up. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. And going back to that and through the spirit, let's go back to the video. I'm gonna share the screen again, share the audio. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that again. We go rewind it. Okay, let me make sure I got my precept again. Now listen to this.
The army ant. This may look like a ball of 1,000,000 individuals, but make no mistake, the colony acts as one.
Khan. Now, he just said it. Esau just said it. This is on, and let me read it. But now, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 20. But now they are many members, just like Esau just said here. There are millions of them. These are millions of ants, yet but one body. It's millions of ants right here on the screen, literally millions, probably in that millions and millions. Like these are lots of ants, but they act as one. None of these ants are out for their own personal gain. Each of these ants, they whole mind frame is for the better of my, you know, basically they people. So I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna rewind this again. Come on, Yasha Ali. Y'all gotta hear this. Y'all gotta hear this.
The army ant. This may look like a ball of 1,000,000 individuals, but make no mistake, the colony acts as one.
So he said the colony acts as one, and I'm gonna read that one more time. But now they are many members, yet but one body. Verse 21. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. So this ant, one of you point at any ant of this screen, he can't be like, you know what, I don't need y'all, I got it. Like y'all kind of holding me back. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Verse 22. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. So even those, and that's powerful right there, man. So even those ants, even the ants, and I said the ants, Salakia. But let's get back to it. It says, nay, but this is verse 22. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. So these are the weaker ones, the ones that might not know all the prophecies. You know, you got brothers in this truth that could go in all the deep prophecies. Then you got brothers in this truth that they just know, hey, they just know the simple stuff playing upon tables. They probably could read Deuteronomy 2, you break down Deuteronomy 28, 26. They probably can't, say 1,000 precepts like most of these brothers be. But it says even those brothers are necessary for the body. You need them brothers too. We need all of each other. Every one of us. That's why, and you don't know who that person is, but through the Spirit. But even if you is somebody, the Lord bless you with gifts, you know what I'm saying, to go into all the deep prophecies, and you can remember all the precepts, you know what I'm saying? Don't never think that you don't need a brother that's just sitting there holding reading. You know what I'm saying? The brother reading is just as important to the body. The brother just sitting there, just standing post, he is just as important to the whole body. You know, even the brothers that might not be on the highways and byways yet, but through the Spirit they working on it. Hey, most of these brothers be fasting for them brothers on up on the highways and byways. They be fasting. Look, Lord, keep them brothers, always moving in the Spirit. Keep these brothers on fire. You know what I'm saying? Keep, they be throwing up praise for a lot of the brothers out there. So helping any way they can through the Spirit. There's a lot of sincere brothers in this truth that they might just can't get out there on the highways and byways like that. Everybody not that guy. Now we know, look, this is that same generation from back. Look, everybody not that guy. Some of these brothers might be some of the more feeble brothers who just can't get out there and be a solo, you know what I'm saying, one-man army and just kind of go in like that, and then the Lord start bringing. So all brothers can't do that. So a lot of brothers is helping and aiding by throwing up prayers and fasting for a lot of you brothers is out there putting in work. So you should never think that just because you're on the front lines, you're better than the brothers that's not. You need them brothers too. You don't know what these brothers is praying of. They might know you by name, but okay, that's so and so. You know what I'm saying? That brother always kind of come out and give a mighty, speech. Keep me in the Spirit, keep me on fire, keep me enduring. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I'm going fast, and I'm coming to throw some prayers up for that brother. Make sure he stay in the Spirit. Make sure he stay on fire. Make sure he stay enduring. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep all this in mind. You got to be sincere in this. Israel, I did that in one of my breakdowns, how you got to be meek in this truth. You got to be, our forefathers was very meek. Moses was the meekest, one of the meekest men to ever live. Probably the meekest, besides Yahweh. Very meek. I did a breakdown on that. So you got to be meek in this thing, Israel. We're going to get back to the video. I'm gonna let it play out this time, hopefully. Y'all know how the Spirit be.
A superorganism with a sensory system of 2 million antennae.
So it's basically a superorganism. And that's what we is, Yasha Allah. Yeah, it's lots of different ones of us. All of us have the different things we bring to the table, but we basically all is one body. We all one accord. You know what I'm saying? So watching this ant is more than, as you can see, it's more than just addressing the sluggard. You know what I'm saying? This is addressing all Yasha Allah. We is all one body. We is all that one basically a super organism. The head is Yahweh Shah. We is all on one might be the hand, one might be the eye, one might be, the finger, but we all basically make up one super organism. So all these millions and millions of ants that you've seen on the screen right now is making up basically one body. Just imagine that. I'm going to keep reading. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. So even the ones that, again, that's basically going into what I was just saying. Even those you think you don't really need, even those you feel like, they ain't really much, those are the ones you need. Verse 24. For our comely parts have no need, but Yahweh have tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to the part which lack it. So a lot of times it's these brothers that's it's the brothers that's under you. You might be an officer or real high ranking in your congregation. And 9 times out of 10, it's some of the brothers that's under you that the Lord really giving these deep breakdowns and understanding. So it takes you to be sincere and meek and be like, just because this man, is doesn't mean I still can't learn from him. Let's get this real quick. I'm gonna finish this before I get this. I'm gonna finish the rest of this. What was that at? Verse 25. That they should be no schisms in the body, that the members should have the same care one for another. And all these ants have the same care. I got some more videos on that. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it. Or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now ye are the body of a Mashiach, and members in particular. And verse 26 was saying something. Because look, you had some people that was keeping the commandments. You had some people, everybody wasn't sinning. I'm gonna go back to the screen, Israel. Everybody wasn't sinning. You had brothers and sisters that when the Lord said, keep all these, keep my commandments, you gonna be blessed, set on high. You actually had people that was following them commandments. You had lots of righteous people in it that throughout the scriptures that everybody else was going off, but you still had those that were still keeping the commandments. But all of us had to suffer. All of us went through captivity. The Lord didn't just send the ones that was going off into captivity. He sent all of us into captivity. That's what that precept is going. We all have to suffer together. If anybody's seen the video Coach Carter, it's a pretty cool movie. It's based on a true story. I'm gonna see can I bring it up. But basically, there's a scene on there when one of the guys got in trouble. So the coach said he gave him a possible task that he knew he couldn't finish, and he did it on purpose. So, and the task was that he had to do so many suicides and so many laps and so many push-ups for him to get back on the team. And he tried to do it. It's a good movie. I recommend Israel kind of to watch it if you haven't seen it already. I'm gonna kind of go to YouTube and I'm gonna see can I bring it up, and I'm gonna play it for you guys. Coach Carter. Salakia, bear with me. I'm trying to see how can I bring up this scene, this particular scene that I'm looking for. What will I type up? This might not pop up, Israel. Bear with me. This might not pop up. That didn't even pop up. 1 second. This might be it right here. I'm gonna see can I where it play. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna share my screen. Bear with me. I'm gonna share my screen with you. And this, keep in mind, this is like they just got finished basically practicing, and this brother was doing all the suicides basically to get back on the team. And let's watch that. That's why he's over there. He's over there in the orange shirt. That's why he's over there and covered in sweat. So the whole time they practicing, he's doing all these things that, and it was a huge number. I forget the exact number, but it just know it was a lot. And here we go.
So get some rest tonight. And remember, ties and jackets tomorrow. Clay. Mr. Cruz, I'm impressed with what you've done, but you came up short. You owe me 80 suicides and 500 push-ups. Please leave my gym. Thanks, Clyde. Gentlemen, see you tomorrow.
I'll do push-ups for him.
Hold on, y'all. Now, of course, they had Esau had to step up and be the first guy to say he do the push-ups for him. Okay, but I don't know if it exactly happened like that, but just ignore that part and let's get to it. Let's imagine Esau out there. You know how Hollywood is with these movies.
You said we're a team. One person struggles and we all struggle.
But listen to what he said there. One person struggle, we all struggle. Let's get back. Let's get that back. Verse 26. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. So if one person suffer, everybody suffer. So that's what this is going into.
One player triumphs, we all triumph, right?
That's straight from the scriptures.
I'll do some. I'll run suicides too.
This is one of my favorite movies, Israel. It's a pretty good movie, but just little things like this, as you can see, that went right into this the precept that I was going over. But I'm gonna let the rest of this play out.
I do some too.
So that's it on that. But basically like exactly like it was saying, one of us struggle, all of us struggle. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you have brothers and sisters that was keeping the commandments, following in the ways of the Lord. But the majority of our people didn't. So we had to suffer with them. You know what I'm saying? So just tying back into that precept, and I'm gonna get back to this int video. I know I said this video not gonna be long, but if y'all seen any of my other videos, I believe through the spirit, I said that in all my other videos, and all of them end up being long through the spirit. So, I'm not complaining though. All praises to the Most High. I'm gonna let the rest of this video right here play out. Salakia, did I share my screen? I don't know if I share my screen. I did not share my screen. My bad. I was watching it by myself. I'm gonna share my screen for y'all. I'll rewind it a little. I'm gonna rewind it to the beginning and let it play all the way through this time for real. I know I said that a couple times.
The army ant. This may look like a ball of 1,000,000 individuals, but make no mistake, the colony acts as one. A superorganism with a sensory system of 2 million antennae. A skeleton made from the living bodies of workers. A defense system of soldier ants, ready to act at any sign of danger.
Now these soldiers ants, they're basically like the warriors, of the ants. Any danger, these soldier ants, they ready for whatever at any time. As you can see, they're a little bigger than the other ants. Now, most of the brothers that's out on the highways and byways, these them soldiers ants. You know what I'm saying? They got the precepts, they got the sword, they ready to cut a Edomite, they ready to cut a Moabite, they ready to cut all kinds of false doctrine. They keeping watch. You know what I'm saying? Warning the people. These are soldiers. But even though soldier ants need the rest of the ants, that's what this breakdown. We all need each other. We all one body. I'm gonna let the rest of this play.
A digestive system processing piles of food deep inside. Even a coordinated system for dealing with all the waste. These are insects that, by working together, transcend individual size. The colony can search the entire jungle and flush out its wildlife.
Now, this particular video is basically going into the top predators on Earth. And so they went into the jaguar, the leopard, the lion, but come to find out, this is actually the most successful hunter on Earth, even though they're the smallest. And why is because of how they stick together, how they use, they basically one body.
Each day, it sends out a silent probe into the forest in quest of food. It doesn't use scouts like other ants. Instead, a vast search party pushes into virgin territory.
So they basically, they so deep, they just send lots of numbers out there everywhere. And that's basically gonna be us. Like them pieces I brought out earlier, I see you gonna be like the grass, the sand, the stars. You know what I'm saying?
Seeking out the signs of anything alive. They spread out along a 10-meter front, sweeping across the forest floor. To find prey, the ants must first touch it. The irony is that this, the most successful hide-and-seek player in the forest, is almost completely blind. It distinguishes the living only by their movement. As long as an animal remains still,
Trying
it
to
is
see
safe.
the I want to watch the rest of
But the
this.
slightest twitch will give it away.
Hey, you move. Hey, you move.
Within seconds, the prey is pinned down. Within minutes, it's torn apart at its joints. The more the prey struggles, the more the ants engage.
And these are war tactics. You know what I'm saying? Ants are known for having wars. That's another thing. You know, we the Most High's battle axe. He used us to break these nations into pieces. Let's get that. You know what I'm saying? So what you seen before you, this is war tactics right here. Let's get it real quick. Jeremiah chapter 51. Salaki, bear with me. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. And I'm gonna read to 23. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So as you can see right there, them ants actually, they say it's in seconds, it's torn to pieces. These ants actually tore that. That's what we go do to these other these nations and kingdoms. Verse 21. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. That's basically going into, their weapons, their vehicles or whatever. With thee also will I break in pieces men and women. Women not getting a lot. And today they don't do that. That's a girl. Well, look, in that day, ain't nobody gonna be saying that's a girl. You know what I'm saying? They go get broken pieces too. The script, hey, you got a problem with that? Take that up to the Lord. That's what the Lord said. With thee also I will break in pieces men and women, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. Even the elderly go catch it. Hey, even little Tommy. Little Tommy got to get this word too. Timmy, Johnny, whatever his name is, they go get broken in pieces too. Becky, Samantha, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, look, whatever their name is, it says old and young. They go get broken pieces. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husband and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. So just like them ants is breaking, all these animals in pieces, we go actually do the exact same thing. Just like that. Hey, it'll probably be worse. You can kind of rip insects don't really bleed like that. You rip one of these Edomites' arms off, it's gonna be blood gashing everywhere. It's gonna be a bloody scene. The Lord say the Lord he gonna be covered in blood. His robe is gonna be covered in blood. That's in the scriptures. It says we go dancing in it. Y'all probably think I'm lying. Let me get this real quick. It's gonna be blood all over the place. I don't want to get too off track. Got to stay on the topic. Psalms chapter 58, verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So it's gonna be so much blood, man. We basically be washing our feet in it, man. Rejoicing, having a good time. You go have people singing. You gonna have somebody in the background making a beat. Somebody might freestyle off that. Look, we gonna be having a good time when the wicked finally catch what's what they had coming to them. Let me get back to this video. I forgot where I was at. Right here. Okay, kind. So yeah, these ants, they breaking them in pieces.
Right across the raid front, prey of all sizes are driven from their hiding places. Even wasps must abandon their homes when the ants.
Look, even wasps is fleeing. Wasps, they getting up out of there. The wasps can't even hang with these ants, man. Now that you can look at that as any, whatever. You can look at that as the Moabites, the Chinese, Russians. You might be known for being a powerful nation, but when them Israelites come running through, look, you go flee. It says once it's in thousands to flight. Paraphrase.
Arrive. Everything alive in the path of the raiders, overwhelmed by sheer numbers.
Listen to that. It's overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Meaning, they just send so many at you, you cannot, you just overwhelmed. There's nothing you could do against them. Look, the tree branches actually fit to fall. There's so many on them. So that's it on that video. And there's other videos as well. Look at this right here. This is going into how ants is basically, this is 10 ant buildings. And this video is 10 minutes. I'm not going to go through all these. There was a couple I seen that are really good though. But I'm not going, look, it's called 10 Unbelievable Ant Buildings. You can come through on your own time, but ants are known for building stuff. Now, why is that important? Because we're supposed to be building in this truth. Let's get that precept. Bear with me. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 10. According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid a foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. So we know for being builders in this truth. Let's get another precept on that. Let's get another precept on that. So we go. So ants are known for building all kinds of things. They even using it as art now. I'm gonna get this precept. This is Luke chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? Meaning, you not just go sit there and just start building. Now, if you somebody of wisdom and knowledge and understanding, you go sit there and kind of think out. Basically, before you sit down and build, you go see if you actually got enough to basically finish it. You just not gonna start building. That's ignorant. Verse 29, at least happily after he have laid the foundation, meaning you start building the foundation and is not able to finish it. All that, behold, it began to mock him. So people go mock him. And that go to a lot of these brothers and sisters that's falling out of this truth. You know, they laid a foundation, they started building, but then they fell out the truth, so they not, you know, they're not able to build it. So you got brothers and sisters mocking them. And the Lord said that would happen. And you got some people that say, that's not nice. Nah, they could still wake up. But look, the Lord said they're going to be mocked, so they're going to be mocked. You know what I'm saying? Verse 30, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. So we're known for being builders in this truth. And all the elect are going to be able to finish building. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just build up the foundation and then not be able to finish. If you part of the elect, you're going to finish that building. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to this video. And this is just showing how ants build different things. Again, just something else that comes to mind. While I say it's more than just being a sluggard. You know, when you go to this precept, you actually got to look. It's more than an ant just having ADHD. You got to actually just running all over the place. You actually got to sit here and kind of study this ant.
Ants are incredibly good builders, and when they work together, they can build some amazing structures. Here are the top 10 unbelievable ant buildings. Number 10. The rafts of the Amazon. Fire ants are fascinating, and they can construct buildings with their very own bodies, including rafts. Because fire ants are native to wet climates, they have ants are aggressive and migratory. Their colonies can consist of millions of ants.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus now bundled together.
Other types of ants, they do not build permanent homes. Instead, they move through the Costa Rican jungle at night to forage for food, which they steal.
So these are the army ants. They always on the move. You know, like the precept say, wherever our feet touch the ground, that shall be our land. That's basically how these ants live. Look, wherever we end up, that's gonna be our house. You know, so these again.
From other insect colonies. To reach other insect colonies, which are usually high up in the trees, army ants build massive bridges with their bodies. They built the whole bridge. Some of the ants will form the structure of the bridge and stay stationary.
All this are actually, get a clear picture.
While other ants...
All these little are actually ants. Look how big this bridge is. This is one, look, they look like they carrying all kinds of stuff across. Now, you don't see nobody at the bottom kind of fighting, well, let me kind of get to the top so I could kind of be seen. They just kind of do it on one accord. They not selfish. You know what I'm saying? It's for the better of the body.
Steal the food.
And best believe these ants that's on top, they not saying, yeah, let me walk over you. You nothing. You best believe they not saying that.
And bring it back across the bridge. They will not build a bridge bigger than their colony can support, though. If too many ants are needed to build the bridge, then not enough ants will be left to gather the food. Somehow, intuitively, they know how big of a bridge they can build, and so the length of their bridge depends on the size of their colony.
See, they just know how to do it.
Number 8. Australian meat ants. Also known as the gravel ant, Australian meat ant. Each hole leads to its own separate gallery.
Kind of fast forward.
High above our heads. Their buildings are elliptical in shape, and they are built by connecting leaves with silk produced by their larvae. To build their nests, they pull on leaves, fold them. The butterfly provides them with a sugary substance that they use as a food source. Number 5. The black ant.
Yeah, this is the black ant.
Although the outwardly appearance of a black ant building is not overly impressive, the
now listen to what he say here.
way in which they build their nests is unbelievable. Scientists have discovered that black ants build their homes through the use of pheromones. A black ant will take a piece of soil and form it into a pellet. From there, several ants join together and take their pellets to form a pillar.
So they end up building a pillar. Now, Look, we build pillars. We got pillars in this truth. Let's get that. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of God, of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. So you gonna become a pillar. Look, these ants building pillars. See?
Pillars are equally spread out in distance, and once the pillar is tall enough, they use more soil to cover the tops of the pillars, creating roofs and arches. But they attract each other by inserting pheromones into their pellets.
And these are just some of the things they build. This is they pour the stuff into, and you can kind of see how it look on the ground. But I mean, for the most part, I believe it has some other videos to go to. This is another quick video that you could go to. These are ants. They built another bridge to it looked like get to a wasp nest. Look at this bridge right here. And I believe these are army ants. Army ants are the most famous ants known for doing this. Look at this bridge though. It's amazing. Make sure I'm sharing my screen. Okay, Con, I'm still sharing. Yeah, look at this. I mean, that's just teamwork, And everybody eat at the end of the day. Look at that wasp flying right there. Yeah, you better get up out of there. But
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. If I can't talk verbally to you, my music can.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, that's dope.
I don't know what that is, but that's gonna be it for this breakdown for the most part, though. Lord willing, hope everybody was edified through the Spirit, and again, just that precept, let me get back to it. I'm gonna find it. Proverbs 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So it's gonna make you wise, So, look, if you want to get wiser, you would kind of just go to this, go to this ant and just. And there's lots of other things you could get into, for the sake of time. We be here all day. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I'm gonna end this video. Hopefully through the Spirit, everybody was edified. And I wanna give our praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. And everybody stay in the Spirit. Make sure you stay fasting, studying, praying, stay in the Spirit. Stay doing whatever you are able to do. You might not be the front speaker out there on the highways and byways. Look, if you just hold post, you need it. If you just read the reader, look, be the best. Look, you need it. Look, if you just sitting there watching a video, sharing, liking, and doing whatever you can, fasting and praying for the brothers that's out on the highways and byways. You know what? Hey, we need that as well. It says even the most feeble brothers. That word feeble is meaning basically like you kind of one of the most lowly ones. Not scary or anything, but you just not out there. It's not your time yet, basically. And it says the scripture said that the feeble, the Lord gonna make the feeble as King David. Let me get that before I go. There was a video too. I wanted to bring up. I just remember. Let me see. Can I find it? Let me go to YouTube. Let me see. Con, this is it. I found the video. And this is going back into I'm gonna show it for y'all, Yashala. This is going back into the other video, the precepts I was telling you about how one person can't do it by themselves, how two could withstand and three is not easily broken. But this is basically going into that two right here. So Lockie, you bear with me. This is that precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4. And I'm gonna start at verse 9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10. If they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone. When he falleth, he have not another to help him up. And I want to end that on this video right here. This is through the Spirit.
As they mature, young males begin to explore the boundaries of the pride's territory. Red has ventured out alone.
And these hyenas are these other nations, man. Punks. They always got to kind of grab a Jake where they're alone.
And blundered straight into the middle of the hyena clan.
Now look, this lion tough. This a king. He ain't going out like that now. But again, he by himself.
He's trapped by over 20 of them. pack tries to wear him down. This number of hyenas could kill him.
And again, he fighting. Look, he doing the best he can. Look, he's still a king. That's Judah.
It's impossible to fight them all at once. He can't keep them at bay for much longer. He's tiring fast. His ally, Tartu.
Hey, his what? His ally. Now watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all, Shalom.
Has heard the commotion.
I don't know if y'all can still see this, but I mean, maybe it's Esau playing. I'm gonna just let the video play out there, and I'm gonna end it.
Now the odds have changed. Even for 20 hyenas, a pair of male lions is too much to take on.
Two shall send thousands to flight. That's beautiful to see, man. That's brotherly love right there.
He's lucky.
That's brotherly love right there. So, with that, again, I'm gonna end again, and everybody stay strong. You know, show this off. Salaki Israel. Shalom. Everybody have a blessed night.